Hi there, you're watching the Gardens and Graveyard channel. My name is Charisma, and today we're down in the lower garden in the shade, and we're going to plant my favorite ground cover. It's called Saxifraga, and it creates these little pups along its stem. You can see another one right there. And then it puts up these tall stalks and this airy, beautiful light pink flower in the late spring. So it doesn't bloom as well in the shade as it does in more sun, but it does give a really nice dense ground cover in the shade, and it's evergreen, which I love. So, and the slugs don't eat it, which they eat other things. So I had to move a bunch of it out of planters that we had around our deck when we built our new raised beds. And so I wanted to get them in the ground somewhere. And so I'm going to put a bunch in this bed here underneath our deck. This gets a lot of shade. There's 3 hydrangeas in it. At least 2 of them are going to... No. One of them for sure is getting moved this year. Maybe 2. And I have Saxifraga in here. I have variegated Saxifraga in here, which I'd rather have in the shade. But I just want to get these in the ground somewhere so that I don't lose them. So here is the first bed we are going to plant, and I have a bear's breeches down there. I have just a old-fashioned big leaf hydrangea right here, and it's blue. It's actually a baby from the one that I have upstairs. This is an oak leaf hydrangea that is not getting blooms on it, and it didn't get very much fall color, and the leaves are, you see that they're tattered. I mean, these are last year's leaves, but this is from our birch tree dropping its twigs, and this leaf is so much thinner and more delicate than this hydrangea leaf, which is thick. So this plant is going to get moved this year. You can see I have Saxifraga underneath these hydrangeas. I have more in here. I do have some woodruff that is left over. I've been transplanting it out to the creek side, which I will continue to do. And then I have the variegated Saxifraga back there, which I really like in the shade because it kind of sparkles. But you can see what it does. Like, this was a mama plant, and then it put out its babies. So, you know, I have a whole pot of it here. So what I can essentially do is cut this off. Just cut one of these off like this. Strip the bottom leaves. And then plant this far, just like this, in the ground. So just make a little hole, stick it in there all the way so it's nestled in there, and then that's it. And it'll root and create more babies like this one did. And so I'm gonna continue filling in around underneath this hydrangea. This is a Proven Winners Tough Stuff Red Mountain Hydrangea, and it did bloom for me last year. So this is the 2nd year it's been in the ground. You can see it's spent blooms here. I might clean that up a little bit. We'll see how it does this year, see if it blooms even better since it's established now. And I might leave it if it does okay. And then I have another plant right here. I don't remember what this one is. We just planted it. It's Kodiak Black Durvelia. And it gets these dark leaves, which I'm excited about. It likes to be in part shade. So I think it'll be, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Anyway, so I just want to you know, continue with this Saxifraga under here. More on the other side of that hydrangea. Just sort of fill in the pockets, right? And then over here around the gunnera as well, we have more here and there. I maybe put a little pocket here, some back there. For now, let's just get into it. It's a pretty quick project. It's just a little bit tedious because it's, you know, the same thing over and over. These ones where there's not a lot of big pups, I just took that one off. I can just plant like this whole clump in the ground. So I'll take a shovel, create a little pocket in the ground. They're pretty shallow rooted. And then I'll just snug it in the ground. There is some native viola in there as well, which is fine, and it loves the shade, so I'll just leave that, not this piece, whatever that is. I'll leave the viola in there. there we have it. So I went ahead and cleaned up around the crocosmia and weeded around the gunnera, but I added a clump right here. There was a small clump over there, so I put some more in between, and one right here. There's a clump that was established there, so that can just kind of fill in that space. And deadheaded the hydrangea and added more right here and underneath the hydrangea a little bit more, and now there's a good amount of ground cover. And then we put some more under this hydrangea, snaked it around, just met some pieces that were already in there. I did do a little bit of cleanup on my heuchera, weeded all the heuchera spaces out, and I still need to do a little cleanup. You can see how tall and spindly this is. I can just cut it right here and bury this stem deeper into the soil. But I will take care of some of that stuff next time. Feels good to have the ground cover in, and it's not going to be sitting there drying out in between times. Now that it's starting to get a little sunny out. I don't really need to water this in because it's really wet soil. These things take really well. You saw me stepping all over this one. It'll be fine. Yeah. All right. Well, we've had a busy day. You're going to see 3 videos from today. And yeah, it feels really productive. It feels so amazing to be out here under the blue skies and warm weather again. Just feels really good. And of course, we kept getting sidetracked because everywhere we are trying to do little projects, there's so many weeds. But it also looks so much better when we go ahead and take care of the weeds. And we have like 3 areas that are totally ready to mulch now. So that's really awesome. Until the next time, keep celebrating your life, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.